estate agent that's been in real estate for about 17 years, you guys. She's with Keller Williams, based out of Long Beach, California. And I have here Monica Hathaway that's going to be sharing with us how she found success using a CRM, of course, but using Liondesk and how it worked for her.
Hi.
And Monica, we're really excited to have you here. We're going to dive into a couple of questions, have users at the end. Of course, you guys bring your questions. Monica will try to answer as many as we can towards the end. And let's dive in. Are you ready?
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I'm ready.
Of course. So Monica, I know that you've been using other CRMs, and we always say like the one that works for you, CRM is the one that works for you. But you were able to find out like Liondesk worked for you. What was it that helped you pick Liondesk?
Throughout the years, I've used different CRMs, and I think the simplicity of it, to be honest. CRM is the one that you use. It can actually be note cards in a shoebox, but what works for me is Liondesk. I really like the way, number one, it's affordable. Number two, the text messaging, the custom campaigns, and just being able to use that, use it quickly. And that has helped me. And that made me decide to finally just stick to Liondesk, marry it, and use it.
I love it. Marry it. Has it been easy? Has it been easy marriage?
Yes. Actually, it has been easy to use. So it has been.
That's great. And how does it make it easier? Is there a feature like that you love? One of your favorite features like you or your team that you guys use and stick to?
Definitely being able to customize the campaigns and use the mass text message. That's been really, really good because there's different scenarios where you need it for different clients. I know right now we're not doing open houses, but when we were, I had an open house campaign. So I met them at the open house and the follow-up tailored to that. If somebody called me on a sign, I had my sign call campaign. If someone called me, if they were a referral or anything like that, or I went to their door, I had campaigns specific for that. I also customized them and I translated them into Spanish. So I have levels of my campaigns where I put, when I first take a lead, I put them in there and they get these messages. Depending on if they respond or if they don't, then they go on to the second level. So the campaigns is one of the best features, being able to customize the campaigns and text message. And now the video text, just dropping a quick video text to some people that may or may not respond. That has been helpful.
Now, when you say video text, do you have a quick little example that you use, like a little saying? Is this something that you have kind of in place every time for either like a seller or a buyer or someone that you just met?
So what I do when I have buyers, I do my, my buyer presentation and I get them into our system and we start sending them properties. But when I'm out in the field, if I see a home that I think would be perfect for this buyer or that buyer, or I'm in a specific city, I'll do a quick video and I'll say, hey, how are you? I was showing, I was previewing this home. I think it would be great. Check it out. I'll flip it. I'll show the neighborhood real quick. Call me. I can get you in today, or call me. Let's look at this property this week. I think you'll like it. And I'll send it to the people that I think fit that criteria. You asked about features and things like that. Tags. Tagging for me is amazing because I will put Long Beach, Lakewood, Bellflower, Norwalk, whatever city they're interested in. Obviously, sometimes it's more than one city. I can filter by city and maybe I'll get 10, 20 price range. And I will send that video to those people. So it doesn't go to everyone in my database. If I have somebody in Palmdale, I'm not going to send them the Long Beach listing. But that has helped me target, and I get text messages back. Oh, thank you. I can't go today, but tomorrow. Even if you know that they're probably not quite ready, or that's not the perfect home for every single person, the fact that you sent it to them makes them think, oh, she's thinking about me. So
that's key, is keeping the engagement with your leads. Because a lot of times, when you have a CRM, you have all this database. A lot of agents have hundreds of contacts. And in order to, one, tag them specifically so you can communicate with them properly, is also being able to keep that like connection with them, because people love connecting. I love connecting with like the people that I work with, and it makes everything a lot easier. The whole process from start to finish, and you close faster a lot of times.
Right, right. Yeah, so that definitely helps. And that's another reason why I've just continued to use it and just get better at it.
And what is more important to you? Because a lot of agents are different. So this is always why I like to ask this. What's more important? Marketing your current sphere, your contacts you currently have to, get recurring customers, or is it generating new leads?
Well, I think I'm going to give you the cop out answer. I think it's both, and both are different. And part of the reason last year, most of my business came from referrals. I mean, due to COVID, obviously we weren't able to do our open houses and just be out there the way we normally have been in the past. But marketing and staying in touch with my current contacts, my past clients, that really helped me get a lot of referrals. So that's very important to me because those from one contact, one past client, you can get two or three. And then from that, you get one or two more. So that's very valuable. And Liondesk really helps. I have them under hotness. So tags is one thing, and then hotness is something else. I have them under past clients. So I can just filter all my past clients and I make it a point, okay, Valentine's is coming up. I want to go visit them or drop this off or mail some candy or a pie, whatever it is. And it just really helps to do it.
There you go. Oh, sorry about that.
It's
And
a,
no, I love that. That's very true. It is both. A lot of times people think it's one or the other, but it is both because that's what's bringing your customers in at all times. And then do you have a specific referral in place that you like to use? Do you have like a little trick that has helped you get those referrals from like your current clients?
So what I do is in hotness, I'll put past clients. So I pull up all my past clients, and under tags, I try to, keep in touch with them, at least 4 times a year, but I try to stop and visit them. I mean, now with COVID, you can't do that, but definitely touch them. So what I'll do is I'll put a tag that says, first quarter touch, and I'll pull it up. So when I do a search, if they don't have that, then I know that that's someone I need to call. So everybody has a first quarter, second, third, and what I'll do is I'll search under first quarter touch. If they come up and I haven't removed them, that tells me that I haven't spoken to them or I haven't called them. And so I will make it a point to do so. And then also the other thing, I can't stress the importance of this, is taking good notes. I'm really good with my notes. I'm very proactive. So if I meet somebody or when I'm talking to them and they say, oh yeah, my uncle this or my father that or whatever their situation is, especially now during COVID, I'll put those notes in so that the next time I call, it's like, hey, Jessica, how's your mom? I know she was sick. And I genuinely care about them. I just can't remember. There's just so many that you can't remember. Suddenly it's like, oh wait, was she sick? Did she get COVID? Did she move? Was she, and so the notes are very important. I always put that in there so that the next time I call them or when they call me, it's easier to remember. I'll give you an example. I've had several clients call me to give me leads. Hey, my cousin's looking for a home, my cousin Johnny. Okay, great. I'll put that in and it goes nowhere. I input Johnny. But the next time I speak with that person that gave me the original referral, I can say, hey, I reached out to Johnny. I haven't been able to speak to him, but that's okay. I'll keep trying. And then they'll tell me, oh yeah, he ended up moving to Colorado or whatever. So the notes are very, very, very important to me.
No, that's great that you mentioned that. We've mentioned it a couple times, and I think we might have a blog article on that. But making the notes helps you be personable with any communication. A quick little text, a quick little video, a quick little email. It allows you to be personable, and it has that fuzzy feeling that clients like to feel because they deal with agents day to day, like constantly. If they're trying to buy a home, if they're trying to sell a home, they've spoken to a lot of agents. You're not the only one. So for you to give that extra feel makes you feel connected to them. And that is a great way. So you guys remember, make notes on every client that you guys work with or have worked with in the past so that you guys are staying top of mind.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then one thing I'm doing right now, I have over 1,000 people in my database. So it's a lot. And a lot of those came from online lead sources that I may or may not have really spoken to. I'm cleaning house. One of the things I decided to do this time around is to just clean house and really know who's in my database. I don't want to get, call anxiety when you call somebody that you've never spoken to and you don't want to call them. That doesn't make it fun. So what I did is I put a tag for every single person. It's just something simple. I just put no touch. That's it. Everybody in my database had no touch. Then I broke them down, 25, 25, and every day I was calling 25 people a day. I'm not always successful in doing that, but my point is that as I went through my database, I would remove the no touch and I would put yes 2020, yes 2020. That's it. It works for me. It's in a tag. So now when I run my reports, I can do yes 2020, 300. Okay, great. I only have 600 more to go. Or who haven't I talked to today? No 2020. I pull them up. Who are you? If I can see that I've sent you 18,000 messages, notes, you don't answer, you don't call, I'll just delete them at that point. But the good thing and the beauty about Liondesk is that you can keep somebody there forever. You don't really have to carry them around. But for me, my Liondesk I really use it all the time. So I can look at a name and I can pretty much tell you where they came from and who they are.
That's key, is knowing who you're talking to. Now, I have a quick question. I know I was going to say questions to the end, you guys, but because we're talking about tags, Monica, we have a user that actually, it's Demos. He's from Facebook, it looks like, asking, do you remove the first quarter tag after you speak to them?
Yes. That way, when I run a search, they don't pop up anymore. I've already talked to them. So what I'll do is I'll put my notes. So then all I have to do is look at my notes and it says, January 9th, 2021. I called him. He said he's not ready yet. Put him on long-term buyer drip. I'll put them on my long-term buyer drip and they're set for the next 18 months with text messages. Now, one thing I also do in my campaigns is I sprinkle, like pepper, phone calls. So it's not just a text message or an email. I will actively put, for my long-term, like maybe 2 months from now, I'll put phone call. So that's part of the campaign. And obviously that's not something that Liondesk does automatically, but I will get a reminder, hey, it's time to call, Mary Smith. Okay, great. So in my morning phone calls that day, I got to call Mary. And when I look, I can see, hey, Mary, I remember, you were having a baby and, that was your baby's like 3 months old now? Oh, great. Are you ready to move? So those campaigns are very important, and sprinkling phone calls in between, don't just leave it on automatic. You got to call these people.
That's great, because I know that we've talked about a couple of things and how you have a lot of your stuff. Yes, it's on automatic. And I know that I mentioned that right before we jumped on the live, like Monica has everything automatic, like automized, like she has it ready. But in order to really get a sale, you need to still communicate with them. So you're not like a robot. So they're not just seeing emails and texts. They are seeing and hearing from you in person.
Right. And that's true. And I know, there are automated responses. Now, when I hear they're great, I have seen them on Liondesk. So they're very intuitive, and that's awesome. I mean, I personally think that's great. But me, again, I just sprinkle phone calls in between.
You have like a kind of like a set schedule of say like a new lead. You just got a new lead. How often do you like to talk to them sprinkled in there into your communication?
So it depends. If it's a new lead, I will input them. And then based on the communication, if I'm referring them to a lender, that's the other thing. I tag the lender. So I can always do the lender's name under tags, and it'll pull up everybody that I gave to this lender or that lender. So when it's time to follow up, I know who has which lead. But to answer your question, I try to call them, at least 3-4 times a week until they tell me, you know what, I'm not ready to get approved. I don't want to see homes, or I'm not ready now. So if I call somebody and they're ready, they're going to a lender. If they go to the lender approves them, they come back to me, we start looking for homes. At that point in their tag, the tag becomes searching. And so everybody that we're searching properties, I can exclude them from other mass text messages. I don't want to send them a text message about something if we're already either in escrow or we're looking. So that's why it's important to, properly categorize your clients.
Yeah, that's so I noticed, I don't know if you guys aren't listening, you guys, but Monica, not only does she use it for her users and communicating with them, but she has her loaner officers in there as well, so that she can also link not only the loan office, but the user of her client in order to be all in one cycle, so that they're all communicating all at the same time.
Right. So by doing that, it lets me know who's working with who. And I can put it in the notes, but that it's easier for me to search if I put it in the tag. So when I get a new lead, and they have a lender, or I refer them to a preferred lender, I will put that person's name, and it just makes it easier. it just makes it easier, for the follow-up.
Now, before we go into having you share your tips and share like more of your day to day, I have a quick little question.
Mhm.
What is a success story that you can share with us that was pretty much a selling point on why you stuck with Liondesk?
A selling point. I mean, again, I really like using it, but I think a success story that I have is I had imported all of my database from another CRM that I was using, and I put them on a campaign and I started using it. While there was this one particular day it popped up on my radar. Hey, it's time to call so-and-so. That person had been in there for 2 years, never really responded, some sporadic conversation. It popped up on my Liondesk. I was not thinking about this person. I called him up and he says, oh, and of course, mind you, I had my notes. So I'm like talking about, his situation. And he said, I'm ready to sell my house. I said, he kind of took me aback. I said, okay, wonderful, great. I can come by today. I took the listing that day, put it in escrow the following week, and within a month we were closed. And he popped up on my Liondesk. I don't think I would have called him otherwise, to be honest.
So we helped you stay
You
top.
did. You did. Thank you.
No, yeah. That's hearing success stories and seeing how users are finding success, what made them stick with Liondesk is great because everybody has different stories. Everybody comes across different ways of how they stuck with the CRM, not just Liondesk, but why they stuck with the CRM. Because a lot of agents do use Excel sheets. So I'm hoping a lot of you guys listening are not using Excel sheets. And trying a CRM is very, very helpful in order to be organized because like Monica, you have over thousands of contacts. How can you be organized on one sheet with that many contacts?
You can't. And I'm actually paring it down because I just think that's just way too many. A lot of those people, have been completely inactive. So there's different schools of thought on that. So if you're one that wants to keep them, Liondesk is great. Put them on a campaign. And if that campaign doesn't work, create a 2-year campaign and a 3-year campaign, and just keep them there. Like you have to put them in your pocket. So that works. For me, I want to be more, hands-on and just really targeted with my messages. And so that's why I'm kind of cleaning it up and just trying to see who's in my database.
And I'm going to go ahead and get off completely, Monica, because I know a lot of agents and users currently in the group, in our YouTube, on LinkedIn, and Facebook want to hear more you sharing some hot tips, some tricks on how you use it day to day. I will hop off and then I'll come on and share some other questions that we can do right before we hop off.
Okay, sounds good. So definitely one of the ways I use it is you have your dashboard. So in the morning, you can see your dashboard and what's going on with that. If you haven't used the text messaging feature, try it out. Go in there, get your custom number. That is one thing. If you don't have your custom number, get a custom number because when you text the messages out, they will come from that number, and then that way you can get them back. And if they call that number, it'll be routed to your phone number. So that's number one, very important. I didn't have one in the beginning. I didn't realize it, but I realized it quick. So try this out. I want you guys to send a message, just a quick hi, how are you? How's your home search coming along? Or if you have them by buyers or sellers, do you want an update on the market? Call me today and I can send you something, or just something like that. Whatever your message is, try it, send it out. I promise you, clear your schedule for the next 30 minutes after that because you're going to start receiving messages. Now, some of them may be, hey, get me off your list, and that's fine. You don't want them in there anyways. But when I do that, I get a lot of thank yous. I get a lot of, oh, thank you for thinking of me. Oh, not right now, but in a month. Or yes, I'm still looking. Like you'd be surprised. The messages that you get back are awesome. The other thing is put a tag on start going through your database and tag them. It's very important that you keep it organized. Your buyers, your sellers, your past clients, future sellers, because each one is going to have a different message. If there's something, now things are changing so quick in real estate and new legislation and rules and things coming along that you want to let your clients know. With the rent control and everything that's happening now, you want to have a list of non-occupied properties that maybe you can send them a message and you say, hey, have you heard the latest rules? How's your rental going? That might be a listing for you. Somebody might be tired of, you know, being a landlord, not getting paid, or just this whole situation. And they might call you and say, what's going on? So I encourage you to definitely try that. Put your tags, put good notes, and send a text message today and let us know how that goes. I'm very curious to see, you know, how it goes for all of you, because I know that anytime I send something out, I get a response. It goes well. So
Hey, Monica, and I know you were saying about all this information, you guys. So hope you guys took notes on her tips. But I do have another agent that has another question. It's actually Demos again. He's asking, are you using V1 or V2? And then do you like V2?
I use the old one. I love the old one, but I've started looking at the new one and I like it better. It's just cleaner. It's more user friendly. But, you know, when I'm like this, just trying to get it through, I'm like, okay, wait, where's this? Where's that? So it's kind of my fallback. I still use the old one, but I'm going to work more to use the new one, because I think I like the way it looks better. It seems to be a little easier, but yeah, I'm still using the old one. So as long as it's there, I think I'm going to use it. But if you force me to use the new one, then I will.
I'm going to start forcing you.
Yes, well, those are my old shoes. Like, they're just comfortable.
No, that makes a lot of sense. The reason why I brought that up is because a lot of people don't realize V2 and V1 are different. Yes, we get that part. But V2 allows you, and I don't know if you knew this, Monica, allows you to generate leads. We have Ad Portal, and in there, it allows you to generate leads, run Facebook ads. All of that data, if a lead form, it populates from Facebook, it gets brought into your Liondesk, and you can write that in there, either sign them up onto a lead assist account where Gabby, our favorite girl, starts communicating with them and doing, you know, the little follow-up for you and handling that lead and qualifying it for you. Or you can actually set them up on a drip campaign with email, text, and calls, and they're set up right then and there. So that's the cool thing, you guys. We have a lot of cool features in V2. I know a lot of you guys are still comfortable with V1, and I get it. I'm a type of person that's like that as well. But if you get the chance, dive into V2. See the new features that are in there. We even allow you to have longer videos. Your video storage, you get to send more longer videos via email and text, which isn't available in V1. You're also able to do Power Dialer. Now, if you're an agent that is extremely, extremely busy, has so many people to contact, kind of like Monica, and it's over 1,000 people, you have Power Dialer now at your reach, where you can communicate more with people by either a single dialer, a multiple dialer. So it allows you to have features that you don't have in V1 that you can now do in V2. So just keep your, you know, heart open, your head open, all of it open, and just try it and see, because you can't, like I always say, if you don't try it, you will never know. And it's always good to try something out of your comfort zone.
Right. And I have been trying it. I have been using it. I use it occasionally, but like when I'm in that crunch and I just need to zoom and do what I need to do, I just venture back. So
that's true. And it's your comfort zone. Everybody has a comfort zone, and
I will try it and I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow up with you.
Okay.
And before we hop off, I do have, let me see if we have any other questions. Let's see. I do have someone saying, I just started using V2. Finally, I really like it now. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. I also have, let's see here, video. I don't know if you guys can see it. Video, text are the best. Yes, they are. There's a 98% open rate, you guys, from just video text. And like Monica said, if they opt in and they opt out and they say, hey, I don't want a communication anymore, great. You don't need to talk to those people. Or they opted out of text, but you can still talk to them. You can still call them. You can still email them. There are other options, and everybody's different. And let's see. What is oh, here's one, but for some reason it won't let me show it. It says, do you have any share drips that you can share with me in Liondesk? I'm looking for something in Spanish.
I do have some. I've created some, so I can share those.
Great. So you guys, if you didn't know, with Liondesk, we have a shared drip campaign template library where there's thousands of shared campaigns where users like Monica can either share access to you, or you can also download them so that you can tweak them at your own pace and work for you. or you can leave them as is if you think you want to test it out, and then just set them up with your profile image, your email signature, and things like that. Do you have one in Spanish that you use a lot?
I do. I have one, for buyers and for sellers. The custom campaigns are great. I mean, I actually took, you really need to tailor it to you. I wanted to make it sound like I'm talking to you. So some of my messages were like, hey, Jessica, how's it going? I met you at the open house and I would do the custom code where it would be insert city here. Like I made my own. So whatever open house I was doing, if it was in Long Beach, I'd put Long Beach. Hey, Jessica, I met you at the open house in Long Beach. How's it going? There's a couple of new listings in the area. Call me. Are you free to check some out this weekend? I mean, obviously that was, open house time, but here's the thing too, you can make your own fields. I don't know that a lot of people do that, but if you don't, you should. And that's going to help you with your customized campaigns, because if you want to say, let's say that you do, seminars or virtual seminars, you can add a field that says seminar, put the name of the seminar that you did that those people attended, and make a follow-up campaign that says, hey, Monica, thanks for coming to the How to Buy a Home seminar and you can insert the date Thursday. Call me if you have any questions. And as your campaign progresses, it can say, hey, Monica, you came to our How to Buy a Home seminar last month in January. You see how you can do so much with that, but you have to take the time to put those little custom fields. And that is really personalized.
Thank you, Monica. I really appreciate you sharing all this information with us today. I'm a little heartbroken that you're not doing V2 fully yet.
I am doing it, but not fully, but I promise you I will.
No, I'm just messing with you. And you guys, if you guys want to see this video, it's going to live in our Facebook group. It's going to live on our YouTube. We are also going to have it on our Facebook page, LinkedIn. And we are constantly doing these lives for you guys so that you guys can learn from other users and learn from other people in the industry on how they either use a CRM, how they're making their goals or reaching their goals, and how they're being successful in 2021. So thank you, Monica. I appreciate your time today. And we look forward to chatting with you. And maybe towards the end of the year, we can catch in and see how you're doing.
With V2.
With V2. I love that.
Okay. All right. Take care.
All right. Take care. Bye, guys. Have